Greetings children. You already studied about the hyperbola. Now we are continuing this topic. So today we will take first of all the position of a point relative to a hyperbola. So position of a point. How to decide the position of a point with respect to a hyperbola. Suppose equation of hyperbola be x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. You already know which type tracing of this hyperbola. So you will get the hyperbola will be this shape. This portion of the hyperbola is known as interior portion of the hyperbola. This and this. These all points are the inside the hyperbola. And this portion is known as the outside the hyperbola. So if any point we have taken, suppose P, whose coordinates are x1, y1. Another point outside the hyperbola, say Q, whose coordinates are x2, y2. Now this hyperbola equation I am taking as a S. So S will be x square upon a square minus y square upon b square minus 1. If you transfer this 1 to the left hand side, then this whole quantity we denote by the S. This is the value of S. In the S, if you put the coordinates of the point, say P, so this is known as S1. So value of S1 is x1 square upon a square minus y1 square upon b square minus 1. Now to decide the point is inside, outside or on the hyperbola. So this value of S1 will decide the position of this point. If S1 is greater than 0, then point lies inside the hyperbola. If S1 is 0, then point lies on the hyperbola. And if S1 is negative, then point lies outside the hyperbola. So with the help of, by substituting the values of the coordinates in the equation of hyperbola, you can decide the position of this point. Now in this example, this value 9x square minus y square is equal to 1. 1 transfer to the left hand side, this we call as a S. Now point is given here 5 minus 4. So if you put in place of x 5 and in place of y minus 4, that value is known as S1. So what is the value of S1? 9 times 5 square minus 4 square minus 1. Simplify this and check this value is positive or negative or 0. So if you simplify, you will get 225 minus 17. So this value is positive. Positive means, you already know this, if S1 is positive, then point is inside the hyperbola. So whenever S1 is positive, point is inside the hyperbola. So which option is correct? You can see here, C option is the correct option. Now, conjugate hyperbola. What do you mean by conjugate hyperbola? You know already, if hyperbola is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. You know its shape. इसका डायग्राम किस टाइप से मिलेगा? इस टाइप का शेप मिलता है. ये पॉइंट वर्टेक्स a, another vertex a dash. This length already you know, a dash. इसका लेंथ होता है 2a. a dash is 2a. This is a center whose coordinates already you know. From here, if you take the point B, another point is B dash. Then you know the length of BB dash. That is also 2b. Now, conjugate hyperbola is the another hyperbola whose transverse axis and conjugate axis of this hyperbola will be interchange. So, if you take another hyperbola like this one. So, BB dash, this was the previous hyperbola का ये conjugate axis था. अब इस हाइपरबोला कंजुगेट हाइपरबोला का ये ट्रांसवर्स एक्सिस हो गया और ए डैश ये कंजुगेट एक्सिस हो गया। तो इस हाइपरबोला को हम कंजुगेट हाइपरबोला कहते हैं। इसकी इक्वेशन हो जाएगी एक्स स्क्वायर अपॉन ए स्क्वायर माइनस वाई स्क्वायर अपॉन बी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू -1। दैट इज द इक्वेशन ऑफ कंजुगेट हाइपरबोला। इसके अकॉर्डिंग इसके जो वर्टेक्स थे वो थे आपके a,0 एंड -a,0। अब इसके वर्टेक्स चेंज हो जाएंगे, ये हो जाएगा 0,b एंड 0,-b, लाइक दैट वे। सेम वे इसेंट्रिसिटी, जो हाइपरबोला का इसेंट्रिसिटी था वो 1 प्लस बी स्क्वायर अपॉन ए स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट। अब कंजुगेट हाइपरबोला का इसेंट्रिसिटी, इसमें एक्सेस इंटरचेंज हो गए तो ए और बी को भी इंटरचेंज कर दीजिए। तो कंजुगेट हाइपरबोला का इसेंट्रिसिटी से ई डैश इट्स वैल्यू बिकम्स ए स्क्वायर अपॉन बी स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट। ये कंजुगेट हाइपरबोला की इसेंट्रिसिटी। इसके अकॉर्डिंग आपको वैल्यूज, वर्टिसेस, डायरेक्ट्रिक्स सब चेंज हो जाएंगे। ये मॉड्यूल्स में आपको सारा दिया हुआ है, पूरा चार्ट बना के आप मॉड्यूल से देख लीजिए इसके कोऑर्डिनेट्स और इक्वेशंस। चिल्ड्रन, let us find out the relation between E and E dash. E is the eccentricity of the hyperbola and E dash is the eccentricity of conjugate hyperbola. You can see from here, what is the value of E square? That is A square plus B square upon A square, and value of E dash square is B square plus A square upon B square. If you do the reciprocal of E square, it becomes 1 upon E square, and reciprocal of E dash square, it becomes 1 upon E dash whole square. Do the reciprocal of this also and then add. So how much you are getting after addition? See here, it becomes LCM is same as the numerator, so it will be cancelled, it becomes 1. So this is the relation between the eccentricity of the hyperbola and conjugate hyperbola. This relation is the between these two eccentricity, hyperbola and conjugate hyperbola. One more interesting result, if you see the focus of the hyperbola, say S1 and this is S1 dash, and foci of the conjugate hyperbola, say S2 and S2 dash. Then if you join these, say this one, S2 S1 and S2 S1 dash, these, it will form a square, or you can say concyclic quadrilateral also they will form. So it will form a square. That is also result, you can check, you know the coordinates of these all four, and it will form a square. Now auxiliary circle. So what do you mean by auxiliary circle? You know hyperbola. The standard form of the hyperbola is, what is the equation of hyperbola? X square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. इसका शेप आपको ऐसा मिलेगा, and this point A and A dash are known as the vertices, or this length is known as the length of transverse axis. If I will take this center C of the hyperbola as a center of the circle and transverse axis as a diameter, I will draw a circle. This circle is known as auxiliary circle. That is known as auxiliary circle. You already studied in the circle the parametric coordinates of the circle. Suppose this length will be A and this angle is theta. Then what is the coordinate of this point? Say Q. Coordinates of the point Q you will get, if you drop a perpendicular, you can see this length will be A cos theta and this length will be A sin theta. So A cos theta, A sin theta, these are known as parametric coordinates of the circle. Now if you draw a tangent at the point Q, it will intersect the transverse axis at the point say N. This total angle is 90 degree. If you draw the perpendicular on the axis here, say this is the corresponding point P. Now you can see the value of Cn. Cn value आप फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. This length is A, this angle is theta, so this angle is 90 degree. So we can use cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. So what is the value of Cn? You can see from here A upon cos theta, or you can say A sec theta. So value of Cn is A sec theta. So x coordinate of this is A sec theta. So coordinate of P, x coordinate will be A sec theta. Now we have to find out the y coordinate. So y coordinate you will get from this equation. Put in place of x A sec theta. So it becomes A square sec square theta upon A square minus y square upon B square is equal to 1. We have to find out the value of y from here. So it becomes A square, you can cancel. This will be cancelled with this. Sec square theta minus 1. It becomes y square upon b square. B square multiply this side. So value of y you will get plus minus b. Sec square theta minus 1 you already know, tan square theta. Its square root is tan theta. So value of y is plus minus b tan theta. So this is a positive coordinate we have to take. It becomes b tan theta. So this coordinate P, A sec theta, B tan theta is known as the parametric coordinates. Theta is the parametric, and this theta angle is known as the eccentric angle. इसको कहते हैं हम eccentric angle. अब हम जब भी सॉल्व करेंगे क्वेश्चंस पैरामीट्रिक फॉर्म में, ये इक्वेशन सपोज करेंगे x इज इक्वल टू a sec theta and y इज इक्वल टू b tan theta. इसको यूज करेंगे और कोऑर्डिनेट्स a sec theta comma b tan theta. If center is not origin, then which type hyperbola equation is this? अगर सेंटर h comma k है तो हाइपरबोला का इक्वेशन होगा x माइनस एच का होल स्क्वायर अपॉन a स्क्वायर माइनस y माइनस k का होल स्क्वायर अपॉन b स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 1. इस इक्वेशन के लिए पैरामीट्रिक कोऑर्डिनेट्स क्या होंगे? x will be h plus a sec theta and y will be k plus b tan theta. So this is the parametric form for this equation. So we can write parametric coordinates like this way: h plus a sec theta comma k plus b tan theta. That is the parametric coordinates for this equation will be this one. Now in this example, the point at upon 2 plus a upon 2t and bt upon 2 minus b upon 2t lies on the, for all values of t, t should not be 0. Options are circle, parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. First of all, you have to decide which type conic is this. So let us suppose x coordinate is at upon 2 plus a upon 2t and y coordinate is bt upon 2 minus b upon 2t. If you take here a upon 2 common, then it becomes t plus 1 upon t. Here also you will take b upon 2 common, so it becomes t minus 1 upon t. First of all, only t terms keep it the left hand side, remaining term transfer to the left hand side. Only t plus 1 upon t, keep it right hand side. So it becomes 2x upon a is equal to t plus 1 upon t. Same thing do here. So it becomes 2y upon b is equal to t minus 1 upon t. If you squaring both sides, it becomes 4x square upon a square is equal to t square plus 1 upon t square plus 2. Here, if you squaring both sides, you will get 4y square upon b square is equal to t square plus 1 upon t square minus 2. If you subtract from this equation, this one. After subtraction, you will get 4x square upon a square minus 4y square upon b square is equal to 2 minus minus 2, it becomes 4. So you will take 4 common and cancel it. So this equation reduced in the form of x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. So you can see, children, this is the standard form of the hyperbola. So this coordinate always lies on the hyperbola. So correct option is hyperbola, that is D option. Now example 2 is, two circles are given such that they neither intersect nor touch. The locus of center of variable circle which touches both the circles externally is. So you have to find out the locus of another circle whose center, which type path will travel. So let us see, I am drawing this diagram. There are two circles. First circle whose center is C1 or radius I have taken as a R1. Another circle whose center is C2 and radius is R2. So we have to find out the locus of center of the another circle which touches both the circles externally. So see here, suppose this is the circle which touches both the circle. Now say its center will be C. Let us suppose its radius be R. Then you can find the value of C1. So what is the value of C1? That is, if you join these two centers, how much distance this will be? That is R plus R1. Similarly, you can find the distance between C and C2. You can say CC2. That is also R plus R2. Now, you can find the difference between these two. Say CC1 minus CC2. If you subtract it, you will get R plus R1 minus R plus R2. So R will be cancelled. So how much you will get? CC1 minus CC2. This value is R1 minus R2. And you know R1 and R2 both are constants. Both are the fixed circle here given here. So this value will be constant. So you are getting CC1 minus CC2 is always be a constant. The difference of these two distances remains constant. We have to find out the locus of the point C. So this is the variable point. These 2 points are fixed and difference of this variable point from two fixed point is always be a constant. Now you know, according to the first definition of the hyperbola, this difference, the locus of a point whose distance from the two fixed point is always remains constant. So this becomes the definition of hyperbola. So it will form a hyperbola. So we are using here first definition of hyperbola. According to that, you are getting the locus of the point C whose difference of the distance from the two fixed points is constant. So it becomes hyperbola. So which option is correct? You can see here D option is the correct option. Now in this example, if the latus rectum subtends a right angle at the center of the hyperbola, x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1, then its eccentricity is, we have to find out the value of eccentricity. So let us see which type hyperbola is this. X square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. So latus rectum always passes through the focus. This is the latus rectum, say L dash. This is the focus whose coordinates are AE0. So coordinate of L is AE comma b square upon a, and coordinate of L dash is AE minus b square upon a. Now this latus rectum subtends a right angle at the center. This is the center. If you join L to the C center and L dash, then this angle is 90 degree. This is given. Now we have to find out the value of eccentricity, that is E. First of all, you know the coordinates of the point C, that is 0, 0. So what is the slope of this line CL? Slope of CL line is, you know the formula, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. This formula I am using here. So b square upon a minus 0 upon ae minus 0. Here you can say b square upon a square e. This is the value of slope of CL. Now what is the slope of CL dash? Again use the same formula. So it becomes b square upon a. This value is minus b square upon a minus 0 upon ae minus 0. So it becomes minus b square upon a square e. Now these two lines are perpendicular, CL and CL dash. So if CL is perpendicular to CL dash, then product of their slopes will be minus 1. If you multiply these two values, you will get b square upon a square e multiplied by minus times b square upon a square e. That should be minus 1. Now multiply this, e into e, it becomes e square. This value you are getting, e square is b raised power 4 upon a raised power 4. Now for this hyperbola, eccentricity already you know the formula. Eccentricity is root 1 plus b square upon a square. So in place of b square upon a square, find out the value from here. So you will get b square upon a square is e square minus 1. This value I am substituting over here. So b raised power 4 upon a raised power 4. This value becomes e square minus 1 ka whole square, that will be equal to e square. Simplify this equation. You will get a equation of e in power 4. E raised power 4 minus 3 times e square plus 1 equal to 0. That is the equation. If you solve it, you will get the value of e square. This is power 4. So you can suppose e square as a y, then you can solve it and find out the value of e square. If you solve, you will get the value of e square as a root 5 plus 3 upon 2. I have written directly, but you can calculate it easily. Okay, quadratic formula you have to use. Put the values minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. After substitution of the values, you will get the value of e square is this. Now they are asking the value of eccentricity. So value of eccentricity is e is equal to root of root 5 plus 3 upon 2. Now you can check which option is correct. That is the D option. So D option will give the exact value of eccentricity. Children, you understand this problem? Now next problems we have given in the modules. You have to do practice from the modules.